Dusk descends upon Barton St. David, the sky a bruised steel grey, ominous and foreboding. Sam, tall and pale, parks his van. The engines hum, a stark contrast to the growing silence. Wind whips through the skeletal trees, their branches clawing at the bruised sky above the old churchyard. He checks his watch, a subtle smirk playing on his lips, hinting at a secret anticipation. His gaze sweeps over the desolate scene, a glint of dark amusement in his eyes. Sam's voice cuts through the wind. Perfect. Exactly the kind of night ghost stories are born. Inside the van, a sharp-eyed Sally, her dark hair tucked into a wool cap, pulls her coat tighter, her gaze fixed on Sam. Or exactly the kind of night people imagine things, Sally says, her voice laced with skepticism. Jonathan, with untidy red hair and a thick beard, lifts a camera rig from the back of the van, a determined glint in his eyes. He mutters, "Let's just get the footage so we can prove the villagers wrong," his words cutting through the tense air. The crooked, silent church looms in the distance, a chilling silhouette against the night sky. Beyond, a forest of tilted gravestones stretches into the darkness, a silent testament to forgotten lives. Sam's grin is a stark contrast to the frosty field as they approach the rusted iron gate, a thrill in their eyes. With a defiant clatter, they begin to climb the ancient creaking gate, entering the realm of the departed. Jonathan's camera blinks to life, its red eye piercing the gloom, ready to capture the unfolding mystery. Sam declares, "Perfect ghost story ingredients." As Jonathan confirms, rolling, their voices echoing in the eerie night. The cemetery at night, a chilling wind whistles through crumbling gravestones, carrying a mournful, hollow sound. Sally's gaze sweeps over the forgotten stones, many broken, others swallowed by the frozen earth, all cloaked in frost. Each step crunches ominously on the frozen ground as Jonathan follows, his camera capturing the eerie scene. The ancient church bell creaks loudly in the relentless wind, a haunting rhythmic clonk echoing through the darkness. He adds, "Most hauntings happen near older burials," his words a chilling whisper in the cold night. The cemetery is a symphony of eerie sounds, the mournful wind, the rustling of skeletal trees, and the crunch of boots. Sam's quiet chuckle slices through the tense silence, a stark contrast to the ominous atmosphere. Jonathan, his face etched with concentration, zooms his camera toward the cemetery's far side, his eyes narrowed. Sam's voice, tinged with skepticism, echoes in the darkness. Another myth. Jonathan, still peering through the viewfinder, murmurs, "Hold on," his voice barely a whisper. Sam's query, "See something?" hangs in the air, met by Jonathan's hesitant reply, "Probably nothing." In the cemetery's gloom, Jonathan lowers his camera, his eyes scanning the heavy shadows as a pale, fleeting shape darts among ancient headstones. Sally's brow furrows, her mind searching for a rational explanation as a chill runs down her spine. Sam's flashlight cuts a stark beam through the oppressive darkness, raking across the cold stone and still earth. Cloth maybe, or plastic caught on a branch, Sally muses as Sam declares. "See, told you." In the cemetery's oppressive darkness, a faint, broken cry, like weeping through blood, freezes the investigators in their tracks. The mournful sound slowly escalates, twisting into a woman's raw, agonizing scream that pierces the night. The horrifying shriek echoes, then abruptly ceases, leaving an even heavier, profound silence in its wake. Sally's voice, barely a whisper, cuts through the terror. "Okay, that's not Win." In the chilling darkness of the cemetery, a camera light blinks steadily as Jonathan whispers, "Please tell me you got that." Sam forces a laugh, a desperate attempt to lighten the mood. "Probably a fox." A closer, more menacing sound slices through the night, a wet, dragging crunch, crunch, crunch. The air thickens with dread as something unseen moves with horrifying slowness between the ancient graves. Sam's flashlight beam trembles, casting erratic shadows as his hand shakes with building terror. A tall, unnervingly thin silhouette slides with chilling grace behind a weathered headstone, vanishing into the oppressive night. In the desolate cemetery, a form stirs, stepping into the flashlight's trembling beam, revealing a horrifying sight. Jonathan gasps, dropping his camera, as a woman emerges, her skin in grey strips, her mouth unnaturally wide. Her eyes are empty sockets, teeming with crawling worms, as her blood-soaked white dress hangs in tatters. Her legs bend backward at grotesque angles, an impossible and terrifying defiance of nature. A woman's piercing scream rips through the night, directly in front of us, as Jonathan stumbles backward in terror. Her head snaps with unnatural speed, jaw unhinging impossibly wide as the scream morphs into a guttural, horrifying laugh. Jonathan stammers, "Jesus Christ," his voice choked with fear as the monstrous transformation unfolds. With disjointed, twitching movements like a spider, she covers 20 meters in seconds, her limbs jerking grotesquely. Jonathan's scream rips through the frosty night as the camera clatters to the ground, its red light still glowing ominously. Sam, her voice raw, seizes Sally's arm, urging her to run as they sprint toward the distant cemetery gate. Behind them, a sickening crunch, crunch, crunch echoes as something seizes Jonathan, his shriek transforming into an inhuman gurgle. Sam glances back to a horrifying tableau, skeletal fingers pushing through Jonathan's cheeks, a mouth descending over his face. Jonathan's gurgle abruptly ceases as a geyser of blood erupts, splattering crimson across the ancient gravestones. Sally doubles over, retching, as the horrific scene unfolds, the night air thick with terror. Sam shouts, "Don't look!" As they race through the cold cemetery night, the church's dark silhouette their only hope. A raw, terrifying scream erupts behind them, and the grotesque woman lands directly in their path, blocking their escape. Dark, viscous pieces of Jonathan drip from her mouth as her head twists to an unnatural angle, bones crunching sickeningly. The woman's voice rasps chillingly. "Why do you hunt the dead?" In the desolate cemetery, Sally's soft sobs pierce the chilling night, a haunting sound in the darkness. Wild-eyed and desperate, Sam snatches a broken shovel from the crumbling church wall, his grip trembling with terror. He screams, "You're not real!" and swings the shovel with a desperate fury, a sickening crack echoing through the night. Sally's head snaps to an unnatural angle, Yet she remains standing, an eerie, impossible defiance. A slow, chilling smile spreads across her face, her jaw unhinging to reveal a cavernous, terrifying darkness within. Sam's hands begin to tremble violently, a deep tremor spreading through his body as Sally whispers a terrified warning. He turns to see the cemetery graves stirring, the earth groaning as skeletal fingers claw into the cold night air. The screaming woman advances, her eyes fixed on Sam, her breath reeking of an ancient open grave. "You came to prove we aren't real," she hisses, her voice a chilling promise of horror. Under the pale moonlight, the woman's smile stretches into a grotesque mask, a chilling harbinger of doom. The ground beneath Sam and Sally shudders violently, a terrifying tremor announcing new horrors. Reanimated corpses claw their way from the earth, their vacant, hungry eyes fixing on the living. Sam and Sally are encircled, their faces etched with raw terror and profound despair as the nightmare fully engulfs them. The woman's voice, a venomous whisper, echoes through the night. "Now stay." A camera, abandoned in the frost, silently records their final, agonizing moments, a chilling testament, half buried in the frozen earth. A camera's red recording light blinks, a silent witness to unimaginable horrors. 3 days later, the chilling footage is discovered, revealing a police report of 3 investigators entering the cemetery. A woman's piercing scream echoes. Then the camera abruptly falls, plunging the screen into an abyss of darkness. Audio experts poring over the final 10 minutes confirm chilling new voices from the grave.